Anne Perry, bonjour.
Bonjour.
Merci d'avoir accepté l'invitation de la Fringale Culturelle. C'est un plaisir de vous revoir pour votre actualité. La disparue d'Angel Cour aux éditions 10-18. C'est votre 30e enquête. Est-ce que vous pensiez arriver jusqu'à 30 enquêtes at first?
I was just very, very happy when the first one was accepted, and I didn't look further than the second. It was about the 15th by the time I began to think, okay, we're in for the long haul.
Est-ce que vous pouvez nous... Alors, on va se placer dans la peau de ceux qui ne connaissent pas votre série et qui pourraient la découvrir par la 30e enquête. Est-ce que vous pouvez nous parler de vos deux personnages, Charlotte et le commandant Thomas Pitt?
Certainly. They began in the story that began in 1881 when Charlotte was a young, well-born woman who had not yet found a husband because she was very difficult to please. And there were a series of murders in her neighbourhood, and young Pitt was sent to investigate them, and they fell in love. They solved the crime, obviously, and they got married, and by the time the second story came, they were married, and I followed their relationship.
Alors, Anne Perry, dans l'histoire dans cette histoire-là, il s'agit de Thomas Pitt qui doit protéger une jeune Espagnole et qui finalement va se faire... elle va disparaître. Comment est née cette intrigue?
Only a little while before I wrote it, I wanted to have somebody really controversial who would test everybody's beliefs to the breaking point, perhaps. And some people would behave quite out of character with what they thought they believed. She's actually English, and she left England under something of a shadow of scandal, and she married a Spanish man, and she discovered her own beliefs to be different from most people's, and she began to teach them and practice them and gain something of a following, and she's coming over to England at a time when her beliefs would be very disturbing to some people. We're not all that long after Darwin. She suggests that all human beings are children of God, equally, which the follow-on to that rather suggests that everybody is potentially equal to everybody else. And that is a very revolutionary thought at around about that time. It's still rather revolutionary to think that Jack's as good as his master and that women are as good as men. But at that time, it would suggest a real overturning of society, and therefore she has enemies as well as friends. And Pitt is a little bit annoyed at thinking it's not really his job as head of Special Branch to be babysitting a troublemaking woman. But when he meets her, he finds that he has a considerable regard for her, and it's a good deal more than babysitting. She is seriously threatened. At first he thinks it's a bit of nonsense, and then she disappears and he thinks, oh, for goodness sake, she's doing this for publicity. It's a bit of a stunt.